opinion in the public judgment. This is one of those things. Um, but I saw a video, okay, that I didn't like, and I read 249 comments. I read them all. I read them all. I read 249 comments. I don't want to start crying while I'm talking about this, but I read every single comment. I would say no more than 10 of them were nice. I read every single comment, every single reply, everything. I was disliking the mean ones, liking the nice ones, but again, there was probably only not even 10 nice comments on this video. And I replied to 21 of them. I think two of them were nice. Two of them were to people being nice. And I said, thank you. They don't get it. Thank you. They should be grateful that they don't understand, you know? And did we get disconnected and reconnected? Why did Stream Elements just come on? Did we get disconnected? I got disconnected. Says my connection's unstable, probably because I'm not supposed to have internet anymore. Well, it's an awkward transition period for me. So yeah, my coworker even said to me, "Damn, I've never seen you so quiet." Because I was locked the fuck into this fucking video. I was locked into this video. My neck hurt after because I sat in one spot and fucking read every single one of these fucking comments. And one thing that people will tell you is don't read comments about yourself online, but nobody tells you what to do if the comments are about someone that you love. Like, sure, am I going to read 250 comments, hate comments about myself? Maybe not. But I am going to read all of them. Someone else. It wasn't my video. It wasn't about me. That's kind of where this comes into play, right? This is what I was talking about earlier. It's like seeing that shit was gut wrenching, heartbreaking. And she knows that it's like that. It's been like that for fucking 14 years. People will not let it go. People will not let it rest. And I get it. I get it because it's very bizarre and it's very insane and it's very out there. Whatever. But she did not consent to being scrutinized like this because she's not a celebrity and she's not an artist and she's not putting herself out there publicly. Other people are putting her out there publicly. And then she's being subjected to judgment. And that shit pisses me the fuck off. But it's not my place to say particularly what this is about or what I'm talking about or share the video or anything like that. And the thing is, the video was posted 3 years ago. I am talking about something that happened 14 years ago. But they were still making videos about it 3 years ago. And the reason we found that video is because it went viral on the internet again a month ago. And still, death threats, hate messages. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. And so that's why I'm like, I put myself out there. I talk my shit. I say what I want to say. And yeah, people are going to criticize it. People are going to say what they feel, right? And that's why sometimes I don't even want to say like I'm afraid of my own success, but I know there's stuff that I could be canceled for. I know there's things that I've said that have been wrong. And I just keep doing it because I show that I'm evolving. And like you said, I seem different. I'm not so different. But quitting smoking weed, um, well, that's like the chicks. I'm not ready to make nice. I'm not ready to back down. I'm mad as hell and now something about going round. And it starts off, she says, Forgive sounds good. Forget, I'm not sure I could. That song is about George W. Bush. I don't know how old y'all are. Also, I forgot I had the fireplace on for a while, for like the last too long. I wonder that's probably gonna be longer. Crazy that I had to turn my fucking fireplace on in June. Don't even want to go there. So cold in this house. And no, I don't have the air on. And yeah, it's 70 degrees out. It's so cold. Which I guess I'm lucky, and I'll be happy about that. Um, Later in the summer when it gets even hotter and my apartment is just cold. But anyway, um, I'm not different, and I haven't let things go. And there's even been things that happened in my life more recently in the last like 6 months or a year, and I'm still struggling to let that go too. And I'm still holding on to things that I shouldn't hold on to, and I'm still not over things that I should be over. But the only difference is that I'm better at handling it. And that is largely in part because I do not smoke weed. And I don't fucking care what anybody says. That's the thing. I know it's like so cliche for people to quit smoking weed and then start hating on weed. But it's like you all do not fucking realize what it is doing to you until you stop. You will not realize what it does to you until you stop. Because guess what? I thought I self-medicated too. I thought that I was curing my mood swings. I thought I was helping myself. Guess what? I don't even fucking have mood swings anymore because I just don't smoke weed. So I'm not going up and down, up and down, up and down. Granted, there are other factors, but I went to the doctor last week and I talked to him about this because what I was kind of like not saying is that I was taking medication, right? I don't wonder why I don't take it. It's been a while. And so I said, "Hey doc, do you think it's still in my system? Is this a fluke? Am I gonna wake up one day a raw nerve?" I said, "No, dude, that's just been long out of your system. Like, no, not how it works. Like, no. I think you're okay. If you feel okay, that just means you're okay. Okay." So that's what I was getting at earlier. The reason that I wasn't having fucking thoughts in my head and didn't have opinions for myself. I didn't even like listen to music and stuff. Like it was very bizarre. Didn't like it. Um, I disagree. I disagree. I think it masks everything completely. Like not at all. Not at all. Because why am I still not over shit that happened 14 years ago when I was a fucking chronic daily smoker? If it was, if I was facing shit past, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Live in the moment. I was living in a fucking different reality, which some people would say that's like the truth, but that's also like how you slip into psychosis. That's also why people like, not that they stop functioning, but that's why it can onset psychological issues like schizophrenia. I don't have schizophrenia, which I'm grateful for, but like, nah, dude, that's so unreal. Um, Weed didn't ever make me feel numb. But that's the thing, I'd get super worked up and I'd be like, I just need to smoke. I need to smoke. I need to smoke. And then I'd calm down. And then what would happen? I'd calm down and get worked up again. It's a fucking cycle. I literally don't have mood swings anymore. Like, I don't have mood swings anymore. Am I getting older? Yeah, yeah. But most people are like set in their fucking ways, you know? And like maybe taking the medication helped too. Doing both. I took medication and smoked weed. I took medication, didn't smoke weed. I didn't take medication, didn't smoke weed. And before all that, I smoked weed, didn't take medication. I'm telling you, weed is not helpful. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. It's not helpful. And there, I totally get that. I tapered, but same. I started in 2023 and I went until 2025. And then one day I was just done. And I just done, you know. Um, And I don't recommend that for everyone. But I didn't like it, and that's what I was saying. Like, I don't think you're just supposed to have no thoughts in your head and be numb to everything and just accept. Because that's what was crazy is I was accepting shit from people that I shouldn't have been, and I wasn't reacting to anything. I was being way too chill. To the point where people would be like, "Are you okay? What the fuck? Like, you're just quiet. Like, yeah, I don't talk. I don't know. I don't have anything to say." And I'd still stream once in a while, but not as often. And yeah, it would take a lot to like activate my personality or to get me to be more social and stuff. I met someone like well last summer. I was still doing it, and then recently he was like, "Yeah, when I met you, I thought you were so quiet." I was like, "Well, sometimes I'm shy around new people." That's not true. I've never been shy around new people in my fucking life. Like I talk to everybody everywhere I go. I make friends with everyone that I've ever met. Like I'm not shy. And then a few hours later, I was like, "Oh, uh, that's what it was." So yeah, but not smoking weed has been way more beneficial than anything else in my life. And I don't want that. Yeah, I absolutely don't blame you for not wanting that. And I don't know why anybody would want it for me or you or anyone. I think some people, I should change the character. I'm not doing art anymore. I'm not even painting my nails. Some people, it's very hard for them. It's harder for them. Um, I guess we'll go just chatting. Um, and they have more going on, and they need the silence, and they need, to be quieted, and that's fine. Everybody's different, but being quieted and being silent to me are totally different. But I was having a lot of extra chatter because of fucking weed, and I think that's the thing too is like weed probably isn't inherently bad, and I don't think it's always been bad. Um, yeah, and I don't even rely on it for that either. To like be normal, chill, happy. It didn't make me happy. I got progressively more upset, and it made me cling to the things that did make me happy a lot more than I would have. Um, yeah, and I'm sad about it sometimes. Don't get me wrong. I miss it all the time. I smell that shit or see people smoke. And I'm like, damn, like I don't ever get to do that. And I might make exceptions in my life, like my nieces and nephews get older and they're like, oh, like, you don't smoke weed, you ever smoke weed? And I gotta prove it to them. And I gotta hit a joint or something. One time, sure, I'll make sure I got the meds on deck. Pop that shit and calm the fuck down. But it's just, yeah, I thought it was so for me. It's not for me. My mental health has never been better since I quit smoking weed. But again, I don't think it's necessarily weed. I think it's like this fucking. It's like Monsanto, basically. Like it's like genetically modified weed. It's not like we shouldn't. We don't need all that in the weed. We don't need all that. You got like 98% THC levels of a fucking dab pen. First of all, why are you making fucking drugs out of weed in the first place? It's crazy. My God. But then also, like, I don't know. I know some really professional smokers and they smoke weed all day, every day, and you can't even tell the high. And then I know some very novice smokers who smoke often, but get too fucked up to do anything. And it's like so funny to me because my friends could never. No, my day one that I fucking grew up smoking with, Stephen, he would have no idea. He would have no idea. So, whatever. But there's also whatever. I don't know. It's like a dependency thing too. So yeah, but a lot of times I don't miss it because I'm like, oh, it's so uncomfortable and it's so bad for me that I don't care. Usually, if I smell it and it smells good to me, it doesn't always smell good to me. But sometimes I'm like, yeah, man, that was like a thing. That was like a big thing in my life. But I think it's just out of control. Like the whole industry is out of control because it's an industry. You're supposed to just fucking throw some seeds in the ground and a plant grows and you fucking smoke it. Like that is what we're supposed to be doing with it. That I'd probably be able to do. But all this like 25% THC, indica, hybrid, cannabinoid, lysol, or whatever the fuck it is, all these numbers, all these percentages, all this crossbreeding, purebred, fucking the weed. What are you doing? What are you doing? They made it terrible for you. And it's so funny because I saw on thread, I told y'all I'm on thread. I saw a thread and someone was like, in MK Ultra, they literally said that it's harder to use mind control on people who smoke weed. So keep smoking weed. And I kept my mouth shut. I kept my mouth shut. You never seemed unstable, but I don't know you in real life, so it's hard for me to judge. You always were good for conversation. We all thought you were very intelligent. I really don't think you were giving off unstable vibes, at least on the internet. So, exactly 80%, 90%. Fucking why? Um, exactly. Okay, so here's the thing. MK Ultra. You're talking about MK Ultra study that took place in the 60s when weed was illegal and was shipped in through channels, right? And was probably 5 to 20% THC. No, not even 20. 20 is high for grass. Like 20 to 25 is 20 to 30% THC is like most flower these days. So back in the 60s, we're talking about probably 5%. Like I don't really know the history of weed, but it's like no, yeah. It was not as potent as it is now. So if it's like 20% is potent, you can imagine the numbers were probably a lot lower. It was all Reggie, dude. It was all Reggie. Like there was no fucking push or grow or designer weed or whatever. That's an evolution that we watched happen in the last like 2, 3 decades, right? And you could argue with me because I wasn't there. I was not there. You could say they definitely had hydroponic weed in the 60s. Okay, you're right. Maybe they did. Um, but as far as I'm concerned, I had people in my life who were smoking in the 70s, maybe not the 60s, but in the 70s, who had to quit for whatever reason, okay, and they come back to it, or they've been smoking the whole time. And I know from those people that the weed is stronger now. From witness accounts, people who were there in the 70s, who are there now, who say, shit, man, this is not the same shit. This is not what I wanted. I wanted a little fucking rope, please. I didn't want this designer bullshit. So here's my thing: if it is true that in MK Ultra they said it was harder to mind control someone who smokes weed, that was probably true in the 60s. So what did they do? Think about this. What did they do? They made the weed stronger to, like you said, make people more vulnerable. Duh, duh. Like I don't know, man. It's so stupid because I do feel like I would get so high. I would feel like my mind was literally being controlled. And you're going to sit here and pretend like you're not susceptible to mind control that way. That's that shit. And I know I'm not an outlier because how many people get fucking paranoid, think they're dying, think that people are reading their thoughts, think that everybody is mad at them, think that they're very anxious when they smoke weed. This is not a me thing. This is maybe not across the whole board, but it's definitely not an isolated incident. That's what I'm saying, dude. That's what I'm saying. Absolutely. It makes you incredibly vulnerable. And then consuming content constantly, daily, hourly, by the minute, especially if you're high as fuck, like you don't even understand what you're absorbing. You don't even remember what it was, but it's gonna sit with you and be in your subconscious for who knows how long. Like it's just it's also one of those things like I miss like I wish that I could just get stuff, take some shit. I do. Um, that's a whole other thing. And I have dabbled here and there over the years, and now that I'm not doing the medication, I'm not smoking weed. I'm like, guess what, girl? All those days are over. All those days are over. Finito, bye bye. It's over. It's over. Cannot risk my mental health. But that's the thing too, is like I know that like we're gonna dance until the world ends, as Britney Spears put it. But I think with things being so tense, maybe that's why people like to do drugs and the weed and stuff. But it just seems like is this really a good time to be out of your fucking mind? I don't know. I guess so. While you still can, right? But I hate to like have to come off that it for some extreme reason. You know what I mean? But anyway, this it almost sounds like conspiracy when you talk about this, even though we're like talking about the conspiracy of it. Being against it makes it sound like conspiracy. Like I sound like Reaper Madness, and I know that I do. I know that I do. But yeah, okay. I never heard anyone say that, but that's creepy as fuck, right? That's literally proving our point about being more susceptible to brainwashing because we smoke weed. That's so interesting. That's like number one thing about brainwashing, I feel. Is it not? Is it not? Like, that's so weird. That's so fucking weird. I don't know, man. I just think I was never better off smoking weed. It was fun, I guess. I also wonder, like, how the trajectory of my life would have went had I not started smoking pot when I was 15, you know? And then, like, doubly wonder, like, what would happen if I didn't smoke pot that was fucking photosynthesized. That's not the right word, but, hypermobilized or whatever. And everybody's different. Like, I get it. Everybody's different. Everybody's different. Like I said, the people in my life, I know real chronic smokers. Real chronic smokers. They be smoking. And I know, like, cancer patients and people who aren't even like in that extreme situation, but just many bodily dysfunctions. Weed is the only thing that helps them eat. The only thing that keeps them from getting nauseous. The only thing, so many things that I know that it can be medicinal, but I don't think that it's ever medicinal for mental health. I think that is the lie. I think that it still has medicinal value for almost like physical diseases, you know? Not so much mental. I think you're making your mental health worse by smoking weed. I stand by that because I've seen it happen in real life. I've watched it happen to me. Granted, my mental health was bad in like middle school when I was going through puberty and getting my period and going through bodily changes. And don't get me wrong, I was like extremely moody and emotional before I ever smoked weed. It just, I did not realize how much I was exacerbating. That sounds too much like masturbating. Exacerbating? I don't know what the word is. Um, just like how much I was really doing to my head. So much worse. So much worse by smoking in the later years. So, so true. So true. And I don't want to hate on it. I feel bad hating on it because I know so many people in my life who still smoke and still love it. But I just feel like some of them do need to quit, some of them never will. And I don't even think that they're the same people. It's probably a Venn diagram. Some of them are never gonna quit, need to quit. Some are both, never gonna quit and need to quit. It is what it is. Um, I think some people in my life are at an age where what use is it to quit? Who cares at this point? I mean, I'm fucking smokers, okay? I thought I'd be one of them. I thought I'd smoke my whole life. I used to say it all the time. I'm gonna smoke weed for the rest of my life. I'm gonna smoke weed. I don't think it's like a something the kids do or like I'm too old to smoke. It's literally like I am too mentally, like you said, like susceptible to things to smoke. Like that's kind of how it goes. So yeah, it's interesting. I don't even know why we got on the topic of weed necessarily. Um, I don't know. I don't trust myself to do that anymore. I just it's not worth ruining what I have going on. Thank you. I was like I don't know. I was kind of like a bully and a nerd. I still am. Kind of like that. An artsy kid, kind of one of the gays, but also like hung out with everyone. And then bought friends in a sense. Yeah, I think I thought weed was helping me open up spiritually, but then it's just religious psychosis. And those are two totally different things. Same. That's why I said I'm a bully and a nerd. 'Cause I was like one of the nerds, but I was like, what the fuck did you just say? And they'd be like, hey man, I don't want to fight. Even though I never fought anyone in high school, nobody wanted to fight me. That's what I'm told. So, yeah. Um, Again, I'm really not even sure how we got on this fucking topic. It's so funny. I'm so sorry. That was a joke. I shouldn't have done that. Pair of kitchen scissors. Please do not fucking flag me for that. Oh my god. Ugh. Whatever. Yeah. It really is just us talking on here too, which is kind of funny. Got a lurker. Um, I just went off pretty much a 30-minute tangent about how I disagree with weed. And it's like a shit frame. It doesn't even look good. I look so small. This couch is not very big, but I look so little. Um, I did theater. I was a thespian, but I did stage food. I wasn't a performer. It was like the gay kids were like on stage and the bi kids were behind stage. I think that's actually Happy Pride Month. Happy Pride Month. I did confront a number of bullies in my day. I didn't when I was really young because I was scared. I didn't know anyone, and I went from Catholic school to public school. But then as I got older, more confident, bigger, I was like, yeah, I can stand up to people, and I still like to, best I can. Anyway, still tired, still hungry, still exhausting myself. I gotta go. I wish, I wish the weed rant that I just went on was at the end of the last stream instead of its own fucking thing right now. It's so embarrassing. Because I don't like people thinking like I'm just a regular hater. I just, I see people struggle and I see people act up. I see people react to things. I see people be dependent on it. It's like, bro, I was there. I was there. Trust me, I know very well. I can tell somebody needs to quit. It's just like that. I can tell if somebody needs to quit. And then they don't. It's like, suit yourself. Struggle away. I don't think everyone needs to. I think some people can handle it. Some people built for it, bred for it, don't have the mental instability to deal with really, you know what I mean? And they can party. They do that. But I don't know, man. Anyway, oh, I really did not want this. Oh my God. I could just let it sit on Twitch and not upload it to YouTube and let it die. Let it not exist, but I'm probably gonna upload it. Yeah, upload all my streams. Oh, but that's what I was talking about. Is like I started being creative again. It's the medication made me like I was creative at first. Where I was like integrating my new life, and I was making a lot of rosaries, and I was still painting, and I was still streaming, and then it just slowly faded over time, like over 2 years. And I finally just got fed up where I was like, I can't think for myself. I can't fucking do anything. I can't. I don't know what to do anymore. I gotta stop doing it. And now it is starting to come back. And I've given myself tasks, and I have the tasks through work, right? The horoscopes and the blog and everything for my job. And the podcast, I reconnected with them. Like I started working with them in 2017 um, on the comic book side, but I started doing the podcast um, in like 2024. So I was just like slowly building it back up. And now I'm like making tarot videos and I'm streaming and but there's like things I want to write and there's things I want to share and there's ideas that I have and I kind of want to get back into like making YouTubes and I think like as much as I want to, there's like novels I started that I never finished and I don't know, I just really, really want to be more consistent in my creativity now that I have it back. And that's what I was saying is like the old habits I picked up from being like brain dead was like the phone. Like I never really was on my phone like that before. I used it mostly to post on. Um, and I would like scroll Reddit so that I would have things to talk about on stream. And it was only desktop. Actually, I should just get rid of Reddit app. Who gives a fuck? But it's just yeah. I'm trying to be more consistent with it. Create something every day. That's why I decided to stream while painting my nails. I miss streaming. I miss talking to you guys. I miss being on here. I miss just like getting thoughts out of my head. Now that I have thoughts in my head, and it's awesome. But it's just one of those things. It's got to be more consistent. I need to do it more consistently, and I should stream more often. What if I know how to stream on YouTube now? I never really did live stream on YouTube though. I did a couple times. It didn't really benefit me anymore than like making videos did. So I was thinking about going back to making zodiac videos, zodiac readings. Never really popped off though. I never monetized it. So way harder. It's so easy to monetize on Twitch. Not as easy to monetize on YouTube. I'm not really sure about Instagram or anything, but um, yeah, just a lot. So I'm trying to get back into the things, from the things, and I think talking about it helps me take action on it. You know, maybe I'll go to bed and not eat one by cigarette. But yeah, mediumship is kind of a lot. That's what I don't know if you were here yet when I was talking about that. I did it a lot this week, and I do realize like I genuinely love it, and it's so cool. And I think it brings me closer to Jesus, aka Yeshua. But not everybody sees it that way, and that's fine. They don't have to. Oh no, I'm done being patient. I'm absolutely done being patient. I need to get moving. I need to go. you know. But that's why when I have a thought, I share it and I record it. Not like record it to post it, but like for example, I had this like whole dissertation in my mind. So I sent a 5-minute voice clip explaining it to my besties in the group chat. so that I have it to reference, so that I can make a video if I want to. And one of them was like, "Yo, you should definitely like make YouTube videos. You'd be really good at it." And it's like, yeah, but I don't like editing. That's why I like live streaming. You don't have to edit a live stream. This could be better for sure. Never really got the hang of OBS, but um, editing videos is something. But people support me. Even my dad was like, "I'll get you editing software if you really want to edit videos." I also was thinking about doing reaction videos, but reacting to stuff that I already like because I genuinely overreact to certain things. Like it's so fucking good. I think that'd be funny because she's really into like reaction videos. And I watch them sometimes and I'm like, oh, this is so fun and cute that these people didn't know this song or whatever. Or I like reactions to movies because they'll show you like 30 minutes of a movie and it's like cool. I don't even have to rewatch it if it's something I've already seen. It's like fun. But yeah, yeah. Well, I'm Catholic. So that's why I'm here. I've been arguing with a friend of mine for the past like 2 weeks about Catholicism not being the worst Christianity. And he's like, no, Catholics are the worst. I'm like, they're literally like not objectively not the worst. Like not even in a personal opinion type of way. Like if you surveyed 100 people, they're gonna put Catholics very low on the list of like intolerable Christians. Maybe that is just my opinion, but that's like, sorry, I think that's true. So, um, maybe it's just your perspective. You know, that he doesn't like you. I feel like I've talked to him. You know what you should do? Because I gotta go. I'm getting really tired, and I am just gonna go to bed. I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna get cigarettes. I'm not gonna fucking finish my nails. I do really like this set though. Like I said, during the daylight, I'm gonna try to take a picture. I think I will just like leave them like this and not do sparkles. But we'll see. I'll get some opinions for people who are IRL. Not that I don't appreciate y'all's opinions. I took your advice about the blue and purple and everything. Um, but y'all can't see it in real life. You're not seeing it with the outfit, so it's gonna be like that. People who are looking at it in real life. But since I'm gonna go, you should listen to "Have a Talk with God" by Stevie Wonder. When you feel your last too far, just go have a talk with God. I can't even imitate the sound. I don't even know what instrument that is. A harmonica or something. I literally have no idea. Maybe guitar. He does play the guitar. Anyway, I gotta go. I really, really am sad that this stream was not at the end of the last stream. Kind of embarrassing. But that's okay. That was the whole point of the first stream is that I put myself out there objectively to be criticized. So that's a criticizing that is or whatever. I don't think anybody even really watches this. Well, people watch on Twitch for sure. Nobody watches it once it gets to YouTube. You can't leave comments on a Twitch video. So anyway, I'm gonna go. It's like so late too. It's not so late actually. It's a good time for me to go. It's a good time to like go to bed and hopefully I can sleep. And it's like 1 minute to pre-roll. So that's kind of why I'm like hurrying it up and saying like gotta go or else I'm gonna have to roll the ads and then I'm staying. So I streamed for 3 hours though. I think the first stream was about 2 hours and 20 minutes, and this one's 40. So yeah, I definitely always rock right the fuck back in it. And I appreciate y'all being here as always. Um, when will I be back? I don't know. I don't know. Probably not anytime this week. Maybe Thursday. Maybe Thursday. If I'm just around the house or whatever. I could also edit stuff, I guess. While like, oh, it's okay. I was just saying I gotta go, and I don't know when I'll be back. I might try to hop on Thursday though. And if I don't go like right now, the ads are gonna auto roll. I think Catholics are awesome. I'm sorry, but I do, and I know I'm biased, but I really do think Catholics are awesome, especially compared to like other Christians. So maybe we can talk about that on Thursday. I could try to like. I don't even think I have Discord on my phone. I mean, it's just in the cloud. 111. All right. I've been streaming for 3 hours. Pre-roll ads are on. Run an ad break to disable them. It's my time. Talk about Catholicism versus some of the other Christianities and other things on our next stream. So I love you all. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for the opinions about my nails. Thanks for keeping me company. Thanks for talking to me. I know that I love you, even if I don't know you, because I think love is that abundant that it can be shared with anyone, anywhere, anytime. Okay. Good night and good luck.